My screen. Thank you. I'm glad you liked what I did with the critique essay. I mean, it was what, 12 years ago, so it really needed to be updated. But anyway, so how did I do the recording? Actually, the version of PowerPoint that I'm using enables us to do that directly into the software. I am using version 16.41. Now, I'm not sure which version first gave us the ability to record directly into the slide. I know it's existed for a while yet. I mean, this is not a new function. I just don't know what version of PowerPoint was the first version because I don't know what you have. But we've been able to record into the file for a while. The thing that's different that I noticed with this version, which I like really well, is that it also listens. So that captioning that's happening at the bottom, I don't have to look for like add captioning. Once I've recorded into the slide and I put it into like slideshow mode, the software listens to my voice and then the captioning happens, which is really cool. So I thought instead of just writing all this down, I would just put together this short little thing for you. So this is a file, this one that's really unfinished that I wound up not using it, but I want to develop it for the spring for use in minority studies. So anyway, we're coming up to insert, okay? You will notice that at the end of the row, there is audio. With audio, we'll pull the arrow down and select record audio. At that point, this pane appears, and from there, we will go back and forth in terms of recording and then putting the little icon into the slide. So I'll start. This file is for use with Humanities 2319, which is American Minority Studies. It attaches to the third week in the second module, and the topic is privilege. So before we dig into white privilege, I thought we should first have a conversation about what privilege is and what it looks like. So the standard definition of privilege is unearned advantages societally granted to some people and not to others. Now, as you can see, I hit the stop button, and now I have the option of either discarding that if I don't think I'm going to like it, or I can insert it. So we're going to go ahead and insert it. And if you hover over the icon, let's put it where its icon's a little easier to see. Let's put it over here. If you hover over it, then it enables you to come down like this and listen to it without actually going into slideshow mode. Now, the only thing is you're not going to see the captions this way, but you can just hear the audio. This file is for use with Humanities 2319, which is American Minority Studies. It attaches to the third week in the second module, and the topic is privilege. The standard advantages society to others. Okay, so let's say that I'm happy with that. Let's move to slideshow mode, which I just am used to doing this as opposed to going up here and doing this. It just, so. And you'll see this. Notice down here that you saw that little red box that said listening. And also notice that because it's in slideshow mode, it's actually, excuse me, hearing every word that I say, and the captioning is going across the screen. The assumption is that I am presenting. So like I'm really talking to you now, but if I were actually doing this, it would be okay for the software to start doing the captions because I'm supposed to be talking to the audience. So this is how it works. file is for use with Humanities 2319, which is American Minority Studies. It attaches to the third week in the second module, and the topic is privilege. So before we dig into white privilege, I thought we should first have a conversation about what privilege is and what it looks like. So the standard definition of privilege is unearned advantages societally granted to some people and not to others. Okay, that's how I did it. It's so easy. I was so excited, and it was really that simple. Okay, now to stop recording.